Hello, welcome back to We're Crafted in His Image. We are starting round 11 of our Cocoa and Crafts, and for this month we're going to be playing with Penguin Place stamp set. And since this is the first project, I'm going to show you what came in your kit. You have the Penguin Place stamp set, of course, some Real Red ink pad, a Just Jade ink pad, and a Mango Melody ink pad, and of course the 4 projects that we're going to make, all of the stuff that you need, and you'll find your cocoa goodie inside week number 3. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, one thing that is not included in the kit that you are going to need will be a black ink of some sort. I will be using Memento Basic Black or Tuxedo Black. And yeah, let's get started with our very first project, which is going to be this card right here. Isn't it cute? I love this stamp, this little sentiment. It says, "I like you a lot'll." It's like a little, except a lot. And I just think that is so stinking adorable. So we are going to start out with this card right here. Let's go ahead and get going with it. Of course, get out all your little goodies out of your bag. We'll set the ribbon and the little twine aside. And I don't think I have anything in the envelopes this week because I think everything was just kind of bigger. I didn't worry about that too much. Now, if you want to, you can stamp our little penguin in the outside of your envelope. I don't know that I'll do that just for time's sake in this video, but yeah, go ahead and stamp that on there. So how cute would that be? Let's go ahead. You should have a piece that is just a random piece that we're going to be stamping and doing some fussy cutting out of. So you will also need a pair of scissors. And then you've got 2 rounds that we're going to stamp on, 2 small rectangles, our card base, and then we have 2 of the Basic White, not Whisper White anymore, that we're going to also stamp on as well. So let's go ahead. We won't need the black for right now. Now, you notice I call this a card base, but it is not a large one that you're going to fold in half. It's going to be a little bit different. As you can see, the white part is the part that folds in half, and we're just mounting it to this basic black here. So let's go ahead and start with our stamping. And I'm going to start with the snowflakes so I don't forget those. Ooh, you know what? I think I'm going to do on my envelope is just a few of the snowflakes, actually. I think I'll save the penguin to stamp on one of my other cards. There we go. So we're going to need this little guy, and I'll set these over here just to get it out of the way. On this card, we're going to want to basically put a frame of snowflakes around. You can do the middle if you want, but it's going to be hidden by this, so you won't really need to. So just around the outside edge. It doesn't matter if it goes over this side because that's going to be glued down. However, I don't want to get snowflakes all over my sheet here, so I'm going to put this on here so that my extra will go on my scrap piece. I know, normally when I craft, this is what I use as a scrap piece. See, look. Isn't that, that's what they're for. However, for the videos, you don't want to see that throughout the whole entire project, so we're going to grab a scrap that I can toss out of the way. So here we have a snowflake, and I think I'm going to stamp them full strength all the way around, just kind of rotating the stamp a little bit here and there. Whoa, I didn't get all ink on that one. So that the snowflakes aren't all in the exact same position all the way around. And you can go off the paper if you want. Let's rotate. Rotate again. Sometimes it's easier to rotate the block, sometimes it's easier to rotate the paper. There we go. There's that one. Let's do our second one here. And you do want to be careful when you are rotating the paper that you don't ink the corner of it. Not that I have ever done that before. Yeah, we'll go with that, right? And let's see, we got a few more here. This was the weirdest thing for me when I designed this, of doing black snowflakes. It just made no sense at first, but then I realized, you know what, it looks really cool. I love the design for it. But you wouldn't think to do black snowflakes. Light blue, or I don't know, pink sometimes, but black, I don't know. All right, so there is that. So we've got our background part, that part done. In fact, while I'm doing it, I'm going to grab one of the envelopes and I'm going to go ahead and slide that underneath there so that I just have the flap exposed. Let me pull it down a little bit. And I'm going to randomly stamp snowflakes all over this flap. Ta-da! I'm only going to do one, just for time's sake, so this video doesn't end up being too long. I'll do the other one a little bit later. There we go. Ta-da! Isn't that cute? Love it. Love it. All right, now we need our penguin. We need to do our little penguin. He is so cute. Alrighty, so we're gonna grab our penguin body. I'm gonna go ahead and take my background or my top sheet off of there. We need this guy on here. Oh, I just lost his beak. It just fell in my thing. Aww. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, his little beak was stuck to my finger and he fell down in my little box that I leave all my blocks in. I didn't want to stick my head in the camera so to find it. Okay, beak is there, so we need his body first. Let's go ahead and ink that up really well. And that little beak just likes me. And we're gonna put him kind of towards the bottom of our circle. There we go. Get him out of the way. And now to do the beak and the feet. And what I prefer to do, especially if I am doing more than one, just like I did on my Fun Fold card the other day, I'm going to put both the beak and the feet on here at the same time. Grab myself a block and pick those both up together. So now I can stamp them both at the same time and not have to line it up more than once. There we go. So let's go ahead and stamp. I hope my head's not getting in the way. Oh, I got a little crooked there. A little crooked. All right. Now we need to stamp. Oh, we have a couple things. We got to do a hat. Now, if you want to put the scarf on instead of the hat, or both, go for it. I just did a hat on mine, and that is what your little, and yours may not be square. It might be a different shape than mine. It was just a scrap piece out of my scrap drawer for us to stamp. We don't need this one anymore. And then we're going to have to fussy cut this out. But they're small enough that that won't take too long. Ta-da! Cute, cute, cute. Alright, grab my scissors and cut out along the outside edge. I'm going to leave it a little bit of a white border around it. I'm not going to go all the way because I don't want to have to do all those little in and outs of the little pom-pom on the top. So by giving it a border, you can just go around it like that. There we go. And you notice that when you're fussy cutting, it actually works better to turn the paper and not necessarily the scissors. My right hand usually pretty much stays pretty still. It's the left hand that maneuvers the scissors around. Now, of course, if you are left-handed, that would be the other way around. I do wish Stampin' Up! Had some left-hand scissors. That's one thing we do not have. I have 2 children and a grandchild that are all lefties, and I know the difficulty that my one daughter has in cutting because you can't see your design when the scissors are facing this direction. There we go. Okay, so the red is done. We do still need a little bit of black, and that is because we are going to stamp the I like you a lot'll right here. And that just sounds so much like something a penguin would say. I mean, not that penguins talk, but if they did, that sounds like something they would say. So we're going to do this one. Our ribbon is going to go here-ish, like that. So I want to stamp right above where that ribbon's going to be. So I'm going to just try to, let's see, if I set this on my grid and then run my ribbon across from line to line, then that can act as a nice straight line for me to make sure I, ta-da, get that nice and straight. And let's do the same thing on this one. Just kind of lay this out, put my ribbon across. And the reason I'm putting the circle on is because it's helping me gauge how high I want my red ribbon to go. Make sure that's straight, otherwise I won't stamp straight. There we go. Okay, so that one is ready. Oh, we still need to do the inside. It's like a little, except a lot, and that won't fit on this block, so I need a bigger one. And one thing I always recommend when you're using any of our photopolymer that are especially long and skinny like this, don't try and set it on the block this direction. I'm trying to find a block it's going to fit on. Because what can happen is the bottom will get on there, and then you can end up curving it a little as you, and it may not be a lot, but it may be enough that it looks crooked when you're putting it down. So what I recommend is you actually lay it face down on your paper, and it will usually line itself up nice and straight, and then set your block on it to pick it up. That way you know the line is going to be nice and straight. Okay, so that is stamped, that's stamped. Don't lose our cute little hats. And let's come back to these. We need the inside of them, so let's flip them over. Make sure we're stamping on the correct area. And ink that up. Ta-da! And if you want to stamp like a little snowflake cluster along there, that might look really pretty actually. Let me grab my snowflakes again. I'll do one on that side and one on that side. There we go. And I think our stamping is done. Let's put this one together. So for assembly, we need to fold this over. Let's get a bone folder out. Fold our second one. Let me check my... I usually have my phone set up so I can see the screen of my camera while I'm working, but for some reason it does not want to connect tonight or today. So I have to keep kind of looking up at the camera, and I notice right now that you might need a little more light so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, there, what I do with my black. Here is my black. So let's go ahead and get some adhesive on the back of these. And I will put the measurements for these on the blog so you know what size to cut your papers, because this is not a standard, you know, half sheet there. This is a fourth of a sheet, but these are a little bit smaller than a half sheet. So I'll put those on. Actually, I'm going to go all the way to the top on that one and this one and make sure that doesn't come loose. All right, and then just eyeball that it's going to be even before you put it down, and give it a good burnish. Same thing here. All right. Now we need these two. Actually, before we put them down, we need to put our ribbon on. So go ahead and take your red ribbon and you're going to cut that in half, because that's enough to do both of them. And all we're gonna do is basically wrap it around to the back side. So I'm gonna use a little bit of tear and tape. Our tear and tape is very sturdy, so it will work well on ribbon and hold it nice and tight. There we go. There's one. One on each end. And actually, you know what? There's a better way to do it than this. I'm going to go ahead and do it this way on one, and I'll do it the other way on the other. Come here, my trash cup. Maybe I will. 1 and 2. So then I'll just line this up underneath my words. Maybe. Nice and straight. And put her down. So then on this one, because we're going to go ahead and adhere it down anyway, and this can just help adhere the two pieces together better. So I'm going to cut myself 2 pieces. Take this one and wrap it around to the back. Whoops. Maybe this will work easy. Actually, here I can actually see the words through this one on this side, so I know I'm in the right spot. Hold that down. There we go. Either way works, but this way I'll take the backing off and it'll help stick to the front of my card. Make sure I'm straight. I am not straight. Now I'm straight. There we go. Okay, so now some adhesive on the rest. A little bit here and here. I'm gonna grab this to pull that backing off because it's just easier. Oh, you are really stuck to my finger. All right. Oh, I almost forgot. We need to put our twine on as well. So let me take this again, cut this in half. Make sure you have enough for both. Oh, maybe. Come here. Okay, so to do this one, just go ahead and start it somewhere in the back and wrap it around. And there you go. Come on, stay there. Now I'll stick it down. This will be a lot easier to do on the other one when I don't have it stuck all over me. Come here. Now this part's a little bit tricky to get the even border because the snowflakes are kind of messing with my eyes. There we go. So that's on. And now let's do a little bit of adhesive. Yeah. I'm going to use this one. Go across the ribbon, down, across the ribbon, down. And then for this, all I have to do is set it in the middle there. Whoop. Hold it down so it actually sticks. And now let's put it on. And there we go. So now our little guy, he's so cute. I'm going to use dimensionals on mine so that it is lifted up above our ribbon, and that's looking really crooked to me. I don't know if it'll come up. I didn't burnish it really hard, so maybe it will. Maybe it will. Oh, it did. It did. Woohoo! That was just looking super crooked. And that would drive me crazy. Is that better? Is that more straight? I think it is. All right. Oh, I almost lost our hats. Okay, dimensionals. That way this will pop up above our fluffy ribbon that we've got going on there. So let me grab some dimensionals, pop them on the back, I have a half a one, some whole ones, just what I've got. Let's see. Oh, almost forgot. I don't want one where it's going to cross the ribbon, so I'm actually going to stick that there. Does that make sense? There we go. Make sure our words are centered. There we go. And then, so I can see through this a little bit. I don't know that you can see that in the thing, but I'm going to put one at his feet and one here and one here. So basically here, here, and here. So that, let me lift it up so I can see where his feet are. And that way he won't, the dimensionals won't smush into that. There we go. That's easier. Ta-da! And now we gotta glue his little hat on. You could use a glue dot if you want. You could use, that's what I'm gonna do just because it's quick and easy. Or you could use liquid glue. I would not attempt to use this, but a glue dot, easy peasy. Stick that on there. Another glue dot. And there we have a finished, where's my envelope? What did I do with it? There it is. I got one finished envelope. I got to do the other one. But there you go. 2 finished cards. You could use this for Christmas, or you could just use this as a wintry to say hello to somebody. Not necessarily a Christmas card. Anyway, I hope you liked this project. This one's looking crooked. I'm telling you, those snowflakes are throwing me off. I'm gonna have to fix this one. Hold on, can I do it? And then I'll have to give him a really good burnish because I really, oh, I forgot. You can see this video, mistakes and all. This is the one I have the tear and tape on. It's a lot stronger than our other. And it's tearing. There, that's all right. Let's see if we can fix it. Oh, I hate when I do this, especially on camera. But that's okay. That's what crafting is about, right? We make mistakes. All right, before I push it down. There. Okay, I think we are good. I'm actually going to flip this over and give it a really good burnish. Make sure that adhesive sticks. This one too. And if it's crooked now, oh well. There we go. Project number 1 finished again. And I will be back next week with project number 2. Until then, God's love and blessings. Bye.